This one's for Josie O'Connor. It's called My Home in the North. Lay me to rest where the river runs free, where beauty abounds, where there's sweet harmony, when the birds sing out proudly from every tree, where I'll always be, my home in the north. Lay me to rest where I can hear the children play, contented and safe, and out of harm's way, when the cares of tomorrow won't matter today, where I'll always stay, my home in the north. When winter blizzards rage, that's the price you have to pay. I wouldn't trade 10 southern summers for a single northern day. Lay me to rest underneath a starry sky, where northern lights dance, where timber wolves cry, when the wind whispers freedom through treetops on high. I'll never say goodbye to my home in the north. Lay me to rest where the grasses grow tall, with the green of the spring and the gold of the fall, when no fences can hold me, where new pathways call. Oh, the beauty of it all, my home in the north. Yeah, the beauty of it all, my home in the north. Love you, Josie, wherever you are. This one is about the old Burwash prison that used to be on Highway 69, south of Sudbury here, Burwash. You drive it down the highway. There was a sign when I first came to this area, and it said, "Do not pick up hitchhikers. They could be escaped convicts." And a couple of railroad lines run right by the prison. I've always wanted to write a prison song, always wanted to do a jail song, so this is my effort. It's called Burwash Train. Burwash train, why do you torment me with your lonesome wail rolling down the line, through the birches and the pines, under great big open skies, while I am stuck inside here doing time, while I am stuck inside here doing time. The moment I did wrong, I lost my freedom, and I don't think you ever get that back. But you can go your way all through the night and day, staying on the straight and narrow track, staying on the straight and narrow track. Some old timers say this place is easy compared to Frontenac or Kingston Pen. But if I could climb aboard, I'd ride you way up north, and I'd never ever come back here again. I'd never ever come back here again. The Wanapite's a winding river, and a long, long road is Highway 69. Yet when I lay me down to sleep, my one and only dream is traveling that endless railway line. I'm traveling that endless railway line. Woo-hoo-hoo. Woo-hoo-hoo. Burwash Jail is still there. The building's still there. It's derelict now, but I hope one day CBC buys the whole place, redoes it as a working set, and we could shoot a mini-series called Burwash. It'd be awesome. Set it in 1970s. This one is really what started me on a mission of writing songs about Northern Ontario, really. It was a personal experience of coming here to this great, great, beautiful place. And it's called The Girl from Ontario. I love the dew on a country morn, and I love the fields so green. I love the land where I was born, and around the world I've been. But a girl from Ontario stole my heart, with eyes so warm and kind, and we never more shall be apart. I must leave my homeland far behind. Sad am I to leave the rolling hills, where the flocks so peaceful graze. Sad am I to leave the old stone church, where we sang our songs of praise. But a girl from Ontario stole my heart, with eyes so warm and kind, and we never more shall be apart. I must leave my homeland far behind. So it's fare thee well to the country lanes, where the birds sing sweet and clear. And it's fare thee well to the old King's Head, and my friends and family dear. But a girl from Ontario stole my heart, with eyes so warm and kind, and we never more shall be apart. I must leave my homeland far behind. Yes, a girl from Ontario stole my heart, with eyes so warm and kind, and we never more shall be apart. I must leave my homeland far behind. That's for all you wonderful Ontario girls out there who have the alluring charms enough to make a man want to leave his dear country and come here to this beautiful big place that has won my heart. This song is very topical right now because it's berry picking season. I couldn't believe it when I first came to Sudbury, all the blueberries everywhere, free. It was great. No fences, just you can go anywhere and pick blueberries. I think that's absolutely a wonderful thing, because every square acre in Europe and elsewhere is spoken for, but here there's no fences. You can go pick blueberries. So this is a song about that. It's called The Berry Picker, and hope you like it. Here it is. I rise in the morning before break of dawn, put sunblock and heat and my baseball cap on, grab hold of my buckets and off I am gone, out on the hills to pick berries. I go to locations known only to me. I shroud me affairs in the utmost secrecy, and I never let on where a good patch might be, 'cause I'm champion at picking the berries. I set down the pail and I go to work quick, sleight of hand in the bush and they're off with a flick, and there isn't much left on a patch that I pick, except barrens and ones that ain't ready. So watch out for the bucket and make sure that it don't tip. Watch out for the rocks, 'cause you don't want to trip. And I always make sure that I've got a good grip, 'cause I'm champion at picking the berries. And I know where all the best patches are found, with berries the size of a nickel around, where carpets of blue are all over the ground, waiting for me and me fingers. I talk to the chipmunk and the little chickadee, the skeeters and the blackfly, they don't bother me. When I'm out on the rocks, I'm content as can be, 'cause I'm champion at picking the berries. Mid-morning I stop for a break in the shade, a smoke and a thermos of cool lemonade, and I think about all of the cash to be made later on when I sell off my harvest. But the picking's not for everyone, I'm sure you will agree. It takes a bit of stamina and agility, and you need a strong back and a flexible knee to be champion at picking the berries. I take my full baskets to Wanapatay and set up beside the Trans-Canada Highway, and I sell to the folks heading out to North Bay the fruits of my self-employed labor. I put up a sign on the hood of my truck, I always get rid of the berries I pluck, and I don't want to brag, but I make a good buck, 'cause I'm champion at picking the berries. Well, I hope you guys can go out and pick berries and have some fun. There are two kinds of people, those that pick berries and those that do not. And you cannot persuade a non-berry picker to pick them. And I got a freezer downstairs that I put my little Ziploc bags of berries in and enjoy them throughout the season with my breakfast. So this one here is called Bound for Northern Ontario. I was going to switch guitars, but I'm not going to. I'm going to just stay on this guitar for now. This is another song about leaving the old country to come here, and I just couldn't believe how big and beautiful Ontario was. At first, it was a bit of a shock. It was just too many rocks and trees. But afterwards, after a while, that kind of simplicity really grows on you. It just grows on you. And now I'm kind of addicted to the size of it, you know, just the sheer space. I think it was Wendell Ferguson that said he really liked Northern Ontario, but it needs editing. There's just too much, you know. But it really just grows on you. So this is called Bound for Northern Ontario. And it's about leaving the old country to come here. Fare thee well, you melancholy skies. Say goodbye, you sleepy shores of home. Across the ocean is where my future lies. Far from these green pastures I must roam. I'm bound for Northern Ontario, for the maple leaf and the falling snow, for the lakes and rivers and the open road. I'm bound for Northern Ontario. Heave no sigh, nor leave with heavy heart. Look towards the true north, young and free, and you'll be with me, though we're far apart. Forever in my heart, your memory. I'm bound for Northern Ontario, for the maple leaf and the falling snow, for the lakes and rivers and the open road. I'm bound for Northern Ontario. A boundless sky above the forest tall, rolling on far as the eye can see, and sparkling waters pure and free for all, in the land that holds my destiny. I'm bound for Northern Ontario, for the maple leaf and the falling snow, for the lakes and rivers and the open road. I'm bound for Northern Ontario. I'm bound for Northern Ontario. This one here is inspired by a trip I took to the Cup and Saucer Trail on Manitoulin. And the Cup and Saucer Trail has an incredibly great payoff when you get to the bluffs at the top of the trail, and you're looking out. It's spectacular. It was so spectacular, I felt standing up there like Tarzan, so I did this Tarzan yell, like that. Silly thing to do. I thought, that's the Manitoulin Yodel right there. So I thought I'd write a song called the Manitoulin Yodel. And so if you ever go to the Cup and Saucer Trail, don't forget, when you get to the top, do the Tarzan Yodel. You'll feel better afterwards. It really enhanced my experience anyway. Okay, here we go. This is the Manitoulin Yodel. He came from Mindamoya, they called him Lonesome Jim. He said he was born to yodel, but the locals laughed at him. He climbed the Cup and Saucer, stood high atop the bluffs, And from Gorbay to Chagrinda, you could hear him sure enough. Let your spirit fly, hallelujah, all across the sky. Oi, 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 far and wide, hallelujah to the Manitoulin Yodel. He went a little current to the country jamboree, entered in the competition at the karaoke. Some folks was disappointed 'cause he didn't sing country, but he won a nice porketter with his yodeling. Let your spirit fly, hallelujah, all across the sky. Oi, 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 far and wide, hallelujah to the Manitoulin Yodel. Now Jimmy liked to yodel at functions and events, at funerals and weddings, in fact everywhere he went. As far as Espanola, Jimmy's fame had spread as the hoiter whose yodel was enough to wake the dead. Let your spirit fly, hallelujah, all across the sky. Oi, 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 far and wide, hallelujah to the Manitoulin Yodel. Now Jimmy was a drinker and he smoked 3 packs a day. When he could no longer yodel, the poor man passed away. But as you cross that swinging bridge, you'll hear it on the wind. Jimmy standing up on high, a yodeling high in the hallelujah. Let your spirit fly, hallelujah, all across the sky. Oi, 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 far and wide, hallelujah to the Manitoulin Yodel, hallelujah to the Manitoulin Yodel. It's always a relief for me to get that one done, because it's a tricky song to sing. There's always a certain element of nerves surrounding that one as to whether or not I'm up for hitting the notes. Okay, this one here is about the place that I sing every summer, and I have been doing so for the past 22 years. Unfortunately, last year, due to COVID, I was unable to play the season there. I did do a couple of dates on the pool deck there, but so I guess I did play in Kalani last year, but not really. But 22 years, and it's a wonderful place. If you get a chance to go down to Kalani, it's an international resort right on our doorstep here, and people come from all over the world. I got so many friends from the United States and from all over Canada and even Europe and Japan and so on. So it's really a great place, and it's so close to us up here. So this is called the Carousel Lounge, and it's totally a true story song. Sitting around in the Carousel Lounge, watching the boats going up and down. Looks pretty much as it did in days gone by. I should have sailed today, but that's okay. The world can wait another day. We'll take it easy in the Carousel Lounge. I once saw a bear there on the grass. He didn't seem to care as he wandered past. He must have been hungry, but he made no sound. That's how it is around these parts. You go with the breeze and you follow your heart. Take it easy in the Carousel Lounge. People come from far and wide for the hiking trails and the waterside, and the best freshwater sailing you can find. Forget about work, forget the bills. When you take to the water and you head for the hills, you leave those kinds of worries far behind. Hey, guitar man, sing us a song, something nice and easy, something sing along. We'll join in the chorus and we'll order up another round. The moon's rising like a big doubloon, a warm kind of feeling all around the room. Take it easy in the Carousel Lounge. We'll take it easy. We'll take it easy, we'll take it easy in the Carousel Lounge. Another song about Kalani is Kalani in the Fall, which is truly magical. I would wanting to write a song about Kalani in the Fall for the longest time. Didn't know how to get started. And then that movie Avatar came out. I don't know if you remember that movie, but there was all these beautiful, fantastical colors and creatures and things. And I went down to Kalani the next day, and I said, this is better than Avatar. The colors were so bright and vibrant and reds, and the sky was beautiful color. The trees weren't green anymore. They were these flaming oranges and reds, and there was all these little things floating around the air. Just fabulous it was. And so that's how I got the first line for this song, which is, there's magic in the movies, but I know when it's for real. And that place is Kalani in the Fall. There is magic in the movies, but I know where it's for real, where enchantment's all around you. You can see and touch and feel, where you'll marvel at the splendor and the beauty of it all. There's nothing else can charm me like Kalani in the Fall. I like to go out walking when the leaves are on the ground. I love the earthy fragrance as I kick them all around. Be they oak or birch or poplar or from the maple tall, the colours will astound you at Kalani in the Fall. The nights are cool and quiet with the stars all in the sky. The moon is on the channel as the geese go flying by. You wake up in the morning, paddle your canoe. When the mist lifts off the water, it's reflecting every hue. Some say the hills of Gatineau are where the autumn is just right, and the Niagara escarpment all ablaze is quite a sight. And the Agawa Canyon's grand, but I wouldn't trade them all for the crack or chicken-ishing at Kalani in the Fall. The nights are cool and quiet with the stars all in the sky. The moon is on the channel as the geese go flying by. You wake up in the morning, paddle your canoe. When the mist lifts off the water, it's reflecting every hue. There is magic in the movies, but I know where it's for real, where enchantment's all around you. You can see and touch and feel, where you'll marvel at the splendor and the beauty of it all. There's nothing else can charm me like Kalani in the fall. No, there's nothing else can charm me like Kalani in the fall. I do hope you get a chance to go to Kalani soon. What a beautiful area we live in. There's so many great provincial parks within an hour and a half or so. You know, there's Shoots, there's Fairbanks, there's all kinds in Kalani Provincial Park. Just so many provincial parks and conservation areas. The outdoors is really what makes Sudbury very special. This one is about the sunsets that come to any northern town or anybody who's on a lake in northern Ontario. But this originally started as, well, it's called Kalani Sunset, but I had so many songs with Kalani in the title, in the end, I'm just calling it Sunset but the sunsets of Kalani particularly magical, and especially in late August, the way the light bounces off the bay. So this is sunset, and this is really sunset in northern Ontario, I guess. The evening sun is sinking in the west. A golden light descends upon the bay. Weary boats are tethered now and rest at the closing of another perfect day. The pines stand tall against the tranquil sky. The children all are safely home at last. No engine sound, no restless seagulls cry, just reflections of a pleasant day just past. In this sleepy little town, as the silent sun goes down, you get the feeling all the world's at peace. No more worry, no more strife. You're just content with life, knowing there can be no better days than these. The twilight air is gentle to take in, and skies have turned to crimson majesty. Time to tell of all you've seen and where you've been, in the company of friends and family. In this sleepy little town, as the silent sun goes down, you get the feeling all the world's at peace. No more worry, no more strife. You're just content with life, knowing there can be no better days than these. The sunsets alone are worth the price of admission to Northern Ontario, especially if you're on a lake. Especially if you're on Kalani Bay and the water bounces off the bay, it's beautiful. And that calm that comes over everywhere is just absolutely fabulous. So right now our miners are on strike, and we must support our miners, because if their rights go, eventually everybody's rights will go. Back in the 70s there were strikes to defend pensions and so on. Anyway, not to make too much of it, we don't have enough songs about our miners here in Northern Ontario. We're underrepresented. The East Coast gets a lot of attention with the the Men of the Deeps and Rita McNeil and those people who sing about the miners. So we need to sing more about miners. This one's called Hard Rock Miner. My father was a hard rock miner, and his dad before that. Frankel spoke of the time when you go down the mine with a muck stick and a pick on your back, but he never mentioned the dangers, the hazards that he faced every day. He just spoke of the friends that he'd worked with back then, how they all labored hard for their pay. All together now unite, stand your ground for what is right. Don't go down without a fight, hard rock miner. My dad always drilled with a jackleg. He's got white finger, now he can't sign his name. But he never goes on about the damage that's done. He don't complain about hardship and pain. He's just happy he could put us through college, and he likes to see his grandchildren play. But he stood on the line back in '79 so we could live how we're living today. All together now unite, stand your ground for what is right. Don't go down without a fight, hard rock miner. And now there are so many changes, not a mucker or a slusher in sight. No more timber frame mines, no more ore car track lines, and it's a ghost town on a Saturday night. But I still go to work in the darkness, in the pit where the sun never shines. 'Cause I'm a miner's son, and there's a job to be done, and it's my turn to work in the mine. All together now unite, stand your ground for what is right. Don't go down without a fight, hard rock miner. All together now unite, stand your ground for what is right. Don't go down without a fight, hard rock miner. That one's for our miners, and it's for all the people here who work so hard in Northern Ontario. This one here is called Making My Way Home. It's all about people who feel the need to leave, especially if you grew up here. A lot of young people think that the future lies elsewhere, in the big cities maybe, Toronto, Montreal, and Vancouver, or you make your fortune out west or wherever, and they leave us. But ultimately, the North pulls you right back. So this is a song about that. It's called Making My Way Home. It's a long, long way from Sudbury to Thunder Bay. in the last seat on a Greyhound bus, sitting thinking about the two of us. I could use some sleep. It's impossible in this damn seat. So I'm looking at the rocks and trees, and I'm making my way home. This is something you should understand. Once the Northland gets inside a man, northern rivers run in his blood, and his heart beats with the northern sun. In the birches and the evergreens is where you'll find out what true freedom means. No matter where you are, you'll dream of making your way home. The city life's okay when you're young and free and like to play, but I'm finished with the bars and stuff. I've been there, done that, and enough's enough. I'll just heave a sigh. Only one thing weighing on my mind, that's having to leave you behind. Now I'm making my way home. This is something you should understand. Once the Northland gets inside a man, northern rivers run in his blood, and his heart beats with the northern sun. In the birches and the evergreens is where you'll find out what true freedom means. No matter where you are, you'll dream of making your way home. It's a long, long way from Sudbury to Thunder Bay, in the last seat on a Greyhound bus, when you're making your way home. In the last seat on a Greyhound bus, when you're making your way home. Here's another song for the miners. This one I was asked to write this one by Gord Slade. It was very well known, both in the community here and in the mining community. And he worked with a crew on the number 5 shaft, and everybody had nicknames. That's how they kept the camaraderie going down below in those days, and they still do. And he asked me to write a song about all the people he worked with down in the mine back then. So this is called Smiley's Crew. The miner's life is not for everyone. It's a job that's for the hardy and the strong. May your lamp forever shine when you work down in the mine, like the boys I'll sing about here in this song. Now Smiley is the super, as you know. The Cheshire Cat gets help from Finger Joe. Stuttering Angus and Michigan Bill tell us where to muck and fill, and Billy the bitch tells us where to go. Leave your troubles at the surface, together we'll pull through. We're northern hard rock miners, we're the lads of Smiley's crew. We stand together in the cage we know so well. Mustache or snowshoe or tomcat rings the bell. The big old cage doors close, quick as lightning down she goes, and the cage doors rattle like a train from hell. Our drillers are the best, or so they say. They make sure we all get our bonus pay. Broken Arrow and four-toed Pete, Bugs and Sputnik drill so neat, but they rarely ever see the light of day. Leave your troubles at the surface, together we'll pull through. We're northern hard rock miners, we're the lads of Smiley's crew. When there's timbers to install or to repair, Coconut Willie is the man who's always there. With Shaboom and Timber Tom, Little Beaver, Georgie Moxon, Burlap Pete, Eskimo Joe and the Millionaire. The trammers sure can shift a lot of muck, with names like Ding Ding, Ginger, Flash and Buck. The trackman never moves, as his nickname North Star proves, and he makes sure that the ore cars don't get stuck. Leave your troubles at the surface, together we'll pull through. We're Northern Hard Rock Miners, we're the lads of Smiley's crew. We've got racemen like Black Pete and Kitty Matt and Flin Flon, and Stoke bosses German Joe and Poker John. There's Peanuts, Popeye, Punch and Pete, lots of guys you'd like to meet. I could name them all, the list goes on and on. Just don't forget the boys who work below, like Wimpy, Hula Hoop and Little Joe. Those guys bought and built this town with their sweat down underground, the hard rock miners of Ontario. Leave your troubles at the surface, together we'll pull through. We're Northern Hard Rock Miners, we're the lads of Smiley's crew. Smiley's crew. So thank you all for listening, and thank you for including me in this wonderful series of concerts, and I hope to see you all again.
Hi, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Of course, the great Andrew Lowe, as we know him as Andy now. So how you doing, Andy?
I'm great. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's good to be here. I'm really glad to be included in this wonderful concert series. Thank you for inviting me here.
Absolutely, because Andy is a staple here in Sudbury. I mean, he's not a native from Sudbury. I believe you're from UK. Is that correct?
From England. In England originally. Found a girl. I chased a girl over here originally. In fact, romance was always the reason I went anywhere in my life as a young man. Had no career strategy whatsoever. But I did get offered a job at the Sudbury Theatre Centre, which was great. So I came up to Sudbury, and I liked it. I liked the big open spaces. I just really liked the town. I liked the size of the town. And there was a bar across the street called the Fox and Hound, right across the street, and they gave me a gig. And people were like, hey, there's this guy from England playing. You got to come listen to him. I guess it was something new. And it just kind of took off. I was going to be an actor, but then the music just took off. And I ended up doing more music than acting.
Well, that's very interesting, because how we met was many years ago, where it was during the St. Patrick's Day festivities in March. And I've known you as singing as like typical of the Beatles, but then going into some Celtic and Irish ballads, which I fell in love with. So, but the other side that we also know you in Sudbury is also as a karaoke king, right, for a while. So talk to us about that. How did that come about?
Well, I was in bar entertainment, and that was my thrust, it was my revenue. And when I had kids, I had to do anything to make money. It's gigging. It's hard to find gigs, you know. I said, I like karaoke. I'd seen a karaoke where it was absolutely wonderful. It was all, it was like a community soundstage. I said, that's how I want to run the karaoke, like a community soundstage. So I did, and that took off because we had, it wasn't about being a good singer. It was just about wanting to sing properly, not goofing around on stage and stuff. And we had some wonderful people come of all ability levels, and it was a community of singers. So that was great. That took off, and that ran for many years. So that was all part of my bar entertainment program, so that I could be out 6 nights a week, and still keep going. But I love karaoke. I think it could be a wonderful thing when it's done, when people respect that it's a stage. You know what I mean? When it's not just a horrible din in the background. It's got a bad name, but it can be good. So I enjoyed doing that. I also enjoyed working with the Irish Heritage Club for a while because I love those Celtic ballads. We used to listen to these kids and sing along to them. So I got a whole repertoire of those for St. Paddy's Day. Pubs like Finn McCool's and Pedal's Pub have been so good to me. Giving me a stage. So I've had a really good time. I've enjoyed playing the bars. I love it. It's you're kind of there where it's happening, and it's a challenge every night to see if you can get the crowd involved. And that's how I've made my living, and it's been enjoyable. I'm very grateful, that I've been able to make a living like that.
Well, absolutely, because like I said, everywhere you go, it's like you hear Andy Lowe, and you're like, but I think one of my best memories that I remember was you were at one of the local establishments, and I remember going in one evening for the karaoke, just sitting there wanting to listen, and I remember you're like, you came off the stage while the singer's there, and you're like, Rod, put your name down. Please put your name down. Help me. And I was laughing because I was like, because at the time I didn't consider myself that good of a singer, but anyways, it was just funny. But the thing is that I think, interestingly enough, when you're talking about your background in acting and just because it resounds with us as an audience and as people in the community that meet you, we know that you actually really enjoy people. And you're very observant by actually seeing what's going on around you and also telling that story, which we can hear in your songs, right? So I find it amazing that you actually capture a love for Northern Ontario more than most Northern Ontario people. So we all know that, again, you've been sharing that so many years in Killarney. But what would be one of the most memorable experiences that you would have had in either Killarney or Northern Ontario in general by just meeting people around the world?
Well, that's a good one. Well, I've had some really nice artists show up. David Least and Ian Tamlin came and played on the stage on my little stage. Valdy came one night. I was playing at the Fox and Hound. I think that's what it was called at that time. Valdy got on stage on my gig. That was really nice. So it was like those kind of experiences. But I do meet people from all over the place, and they come back, year after year, and that's very rewarding as well. When somebody from, Florida says, "Hi, Andy," like they know you, you know what I mean? And they're very kind. People are very kind. So I met some beautiful people in Kalani, and somebody on a recent Facebook post said, "What one piece of advice would you give young musicians just about to go on stage for the first time?" And I said, the audience is on your side. And it took me a long time to learn that much. I was afraid and I'm nervous and stage fright and all those other things. But once I accepted that people liked me and they were going to support me, even if I made mistakes and screwed up, that stage fright kind of went away. And once that stage fright went away, I was really able to start telling the stories. And once I realized that they were on my side, I was, I think everybody's got stage fright. Maybe you don't, but you know what I mean. But that was what I would say. The audience is on side. When I go out and I feel it's okay, they're with me, and then I can relax and tell the stories. In fact, my new album's called Storyteller, and this whole thing you're picking up on the investing in the meaning of the words is almost more important than being able to carry the tune well, as some artists will, So that's important, I think, to try and tell the stories. And the Northern Ontario thing that you're talking about, I think when you've grown up in a place, you kind of do almost take it for granted. You may love it, but you can't really be objective about saying, like berry picking, for example, blueberries. Like, they're there, yeah, but who would write a song about that? Yes, it's so glorious, you do have to write a song about it. You see what I mean? And also, I do feel that we were underrepresented in Canadian folk music, that the East Coast gets all of it, they're getting all that. And we have a strong traditions here in Northern Ontario, the waterways and the lumber and the mining and the fishing and the great outdoors and all these wonderful things and native traditions as well and all those things. We need to start singing about all of those things with pride, and so that our regional identity is solidified through music, like the East Coast is solidified through music. We can do the same thing here, and so that's kind of what I want to be a part of.
Yeah, no, and I agree. So it's a great cause. If you want to support this cause, you want to and also support this great man, which really portrays. I mean, if we really grasp the concept, he is promoting us internationally, right? Which is phenomenal, and he's still here to do it. So if you want to support Andy, how can we either find you through social media or your music?
Well, I am on Facebook, I don't have any product at the moment in terms of literal CDs, but I will gladly send people samples of my music. I do have Carl Brisson, a videographer from Timmins, shot some videos of me, and they're up on YouTube. So I am on YouTube now. I'm on Facebook. I will try and get my Bandcamp thing or whatever those other things going, but I'm very behind the times on all of those things. But I will be getting them going. So you can find me on Facebook as Andy Lowe. You can also Google me on YouTube. I'll be there on YouTube. But if you Google Andy Lowe Killarney, you'll find lots of songs.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much, and good luck with everything.
Thank you so much, Rob.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.